So what we've built is as a complete lead generation and automatic client nurturing system that can work 24/7 without worrying about how to generate sales and doing all the digital online stuff. That's our mission with our business owners. So that's now possible with this suite of tools. So we have a social tool, a content tool powered by AI. We have a lead generation system. We have an online reputation and social listening system, chat and engagement, data and analysis, and then a whole AI powered central suite, which brings it all together. So those are the tools that I've spent 13 years building and workshopping with Johan to bring them all together. So it's the new business acceleration software, makes it easy and fast to compound your cash flow month after month. And it's much faster and easier than having to spend years building it all yourself, of course. So let me show you why it's amazing. The first thing that this is for every business owner that I've spoken to with this particular component, Lorenzo, in isolation, this particular component that I'm about to show you in isolation makes 90% of business owners go, whoa, didn't realize it was possible. So now this is just step one of what we do in combination. So let's go and have a look at the lead generation. So welcome to Comet Suite. This is the singular dashboard of the suite of tools that we've built. And this is a demo company. And the first area that we want to look at is the area of lead generation. So we come down to Comet Leads. And we start to open up and look for the ideal client for a customer. And that's the tool that we've built here. So I'll probably have to just log back in. Yep. Will do. So logging in. So the first question that I ask a business is, who is your ideal customer? Who are you trying to sell to? What's your target market? And of course, depending on the business is going to depend on their answer. But for you, for example, Lorenzo, what kind of businesses do you work well with? Like, who is your ideal customer?
I'm an e-commerce guy, so I'm more physical product. And
great.
But right now I'm working on launching a product on Kickstarter. And so that's one thing I'm working, but also working with my business partner, helping him. He has a bunch of, courses and all that. So trying to relabel and relaunch some of these courses. And he's teaching people how to basically learn the skills so they can quit their jobs and become entrepreneurs and coaches and whatnot. So that's one of the things he's working with. Is going to be teaching mainly people that are driven, that want to build impactful businesses. That's me and him. We have that in common. We want to inspire people to start impactful businesses.
Fantastic. So let me give the example, focusing on the e-commerce side just for a second. We have a client in the UK. And when I was talking to her about this particular program, because this lead generation model is typically for the B2B space, but one of our clients in the e-com space, she has developed and actually licensed a series of health products that are no plastic, health-related products. And so one of the things that we wanted to help her with was getting her products into more stores, having more health practitioners actually stock her products. So for something, if you're in the e-com space, if you're licensing your own brand, or if you've got your own products, reaching out to influencers or other people that can get your products into the hands of your customers is going to do you great things. So we start with different types of finding those ideal clients. So if we're looking for, I'll use that example, the one in the UK, where it might say she wanted to look specifically at businesses that focused on plastic free. That was the whole thing. Find me businesses that are plastic free so that I can talk to them about my product. So simple enough, just type in plastic free, come down here, and she was based in London. So we're going to talk London, UK, let that find it. And we say, okay, find me all the businesses that focus on plastic free. And we start to find the stockists that she can then reach out to. So we've got the Zero Waste Shop, the Source Bulk Foods, Shop Without Packaging. These are the businesses that can stock her product. And these are the people that she can reach out to make sales. So we might say, you know what, these are great products. These are great customers. If we're talking B2B, we can change that search up. We can say, look, find me all the warehousing clients. Like
can I make a suggestion for a search? Can you look for vegan leather shops or whatever? Because I'm launching a vegan leather product.
Yeah, perfect. So which part of Canada are you in?
What? Sorry?
Yeah, you go.
Canada, US, all the Western countries.
Okay, so well, let's start in Canada and we can just narrow it down from there. So let's start in Canada and let's look for vegan leather and update that search.
Wow.
And we go, boom, these are businesses that focus on or have vegan leather. So obviously Walmart doesn't just stock vegan leather, right? They're going to stock multiple other things as well. But I might have, we can start to focus in on that. So let me wind out our map here. We can start to say, look, find me this kind of business in Alberta as an example. So let's focus in. Go to Alberta,
Toronto,
Canada,
for example. Yeah, whatever.
Toronto, any borough, any suburb, any postcode, any location anywhere in the world, right? So these are Buckskin Leather Company, Tandy Leather, etc., Aritzia. Now, not all of these are going to be vegan specialties, but they stock vegan leather products because that's what is showing up here in our search. Okay, so we might say these are a great starting point. Let's start our marketing research. Let's start some outreach to these clients. So how do we outreach? We've got their business name, we've got their address, we've got their reputation rating, we've got their website, we've got their phone number. What don't we have? What don't we have? We don't have their email address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, look, these are all great starting points. So I'm going to tick them all and I'm going to add them to a campaign and let this software go to work. It takes about 30 seconds. I'm going to show you the results in just a sec. But what's happening now in the background is this software is now looking for all of the contact details it can find for all of these businesses. So we're starting to find a way that we can bring these ideal customers into an easy to manage system. Okay, so I'll come back to that in just a second. Over here, we can now go into a LinkedIn search and we can start to look for influencers and people at the kind of level that we're talking about. So for example, if you wanted to look for everybody that's a CEO, all right, find me all the CEOs in Toronto.
Wow.
Okay, find me all the CEOs in Toronto. Cool, here they are. So these are the CEOs in Toronto right now, and we can just keep scrolling down and loading more and bringing more and more people into this list. Okay, so these are the CEOs in Toronto. And again, I want to reach out to these people. These are great guests for my podcast. These are amazing network opportunities for me. So I can start to say, find me all of the ways that I can connect with these people. So again, I'm going to add these to a campaign and let the software go to work. Sorry, I need to select my numbers and add them to a campaign. We can also use the LinkedIn search for things that people are passionate about. And your e-com store is a great example. So if I come up here and type the word vegan, and let LinkedIn do a search for me, okay? This is going to find people that are so passionate about being vegan that they've put it on their LinkedIn profile.
Amazing.
Right? So the people, you know, when you're looking at a LinkedIn profile and you see something like, I'm a CEO, founder of a tech company, father of 4, and Jedi Knight, you know, Star Wars specialist or whatever. If they're so passionate about whatever they do that they put it on their LinkedIn profile, these are people we want to be able to reach out to with products and information. Okay. So we can start to use this tool. Now, Lorenzo, again, this is just level 1 of the suite of tools that we've built. But what we're doing here is we're going to a business owner and saying, you know what, you're paying for Facebook ads, you're paying for Google ads, you're struggling. Most of the business owners I talk to rely on word of mouth as their primary lead source. And that's not a strategy, that's hope, right? Hope is a good thing, but it's not something that you can bank, right? So come across here, all of those businesses that we started to put into our list. Let's go and see some results now. So we've got now these businesses, and we've got their best email address, contact details, everything ready to go. And here's where the really cool part starts to kick in. All of these businesses now are in our CRM system and have already been tagged for our first outgoing cold outreach email, right? So all of these businesses now are here, ready to go out with our next email blast. And I'm going to get into this in just a second. But we go straight from who's your ideal customer? What are all their contact details and ways that we can communicate with them? Straight into a system that then automates the initial approach, automates the follow-up. But I'll show you one more thing before we leave this suite. The other thing when it comes to running leads for businesses is we want to take all of these amazing businesses that we've just identified as our ideal target, and I can drop them into a CSV file, okay? And now let's say, for example, that I've got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, whatever, vegans, okay, on a spreadsheet. I'm going to upload that spreadsheet straight to Facebook, and there's my custom audience. So now what I'm doing is, instead of going broad, looking for the right people to get my products into their hands, I can now spend a lot less money and know for a fact that they're interested in what I'm talking about. And we can then build that out for custom audiences and lookalike audiences and that kind of stuff. So we want to, this first part of the software is designed to solve the biggest problem for businesses, which is, how do I find my ideal customers? That's what we've built in this one. What do you think so far?
Amazing. So in terms of search criteria, how deep can you go? Like how many factors can you add to search a profile?
At the moment, in this one, version 1, it's one level. So we can't say this with this, with this, with this, with this, find me that. But we are looking to build that in. So one of the integrations that we've got already tabled is to actually work with Sales Navigator. So you know how you've got Sales Navigator in LinkedIn, and you can really define your search. What we want to be able to do is take that search criteria out of Sales Navigator, dump it straight in here, and let that be the filtering. So at the moment, it's reasonably narrow. We can say, give me a business type, give me a person, give me a kind of that kind of level, and we go to work from there.
Awesome.
Cool. So starting point number 1, we go with solve the biggest problem. Let's get people in the door. That is component number 1.